Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the Willie coming around. We made it through this week's X-Men books. Now it's time to move on to this week's Spider-Man and Venom War books. Kicking these off, we've got Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, number 6. Where we left off, Spider-Gwen had managed to help the Chameleon deal with his out of control powers with another blast from her odd and newfound energy powers, which were also what was causing his power, or at least the nanites that were enhancing his powers to be out of control. But she's also managed to make an enemy of Black Tarantula. And so, our new issue begins in a nondescript bar in the Low Life bar. Basically, the off-brand version of the bar with no name. And Gwen is trying to buy information on Black Tarantula, but yeah, no one's taking her up on it, and this kicks off a fight. Of course, just as the fight kicks off, a new patron enters the bar. Jessica Jones, wife of New York Mayor Luke Cage, and former superhero and recovering alcoholic. Well, we have a flashback to a few hours previously. Gwen is looking at for info on Black Tarantula, and she's approached by Fabian, the man that she met back in issue 2. And he told her that he looked for her after the coffee shop. That he introduces himself as Fabian, and he says he'd love to get her coffee sometime. But she's like, I want to, but honestly, the whole superhero from technically speaking another Earth is kind of gets in the way. But she doesn't say that part. But so Fabian gives her his number, saying if you want to contact me, you can. And she, after he leaves, she kind of basically says, okay, she isn't too happy with herself for the way she played that. Back to the bar fight. Jessica Jones has joined the fight and suggests that Ghost might make an appearance, so she does, and they take care of the pages in short order. But seems the bartender does have a contact for Black Tarantula and lets them know that that Jessica Jones and Ghost Spider are looking for. Elsewhere, it turns out that Fabian is Black Tarantula's son, and he is being basically brought into the family business. There's basically a serum that the Black Tarantula ingests, and Fabian is given a dose. But we don't know how it works out. But first off, we got to Jessica Jones's office. Apparently, Peter asked Jess to keep an eye on Gwen, and but she's initially, Gwen is not exactly fond of that idea at first, but Jess explains that Peter wanted Gwen to have a support system. If you're really going to live on Earth 616, she needs allies. Connections that can do things that, like, lead her to a forged knife. But and she says that she doesn't need Peter to play matchmaker, but Jess says that seriously no one needs that. But Gwen has Jess now, and watching her back. Jess says that watching Gwen back there was pretty awesome. That she's different from the other spiders. She's inventive and fluid, seeing things from a whole different perspective. Presumably from being a drummer. And she's willing to take risks. Though Jessica points out that those can come with consequences. Gwen needs to be smart about what risks are worth it, and which ones, like, say, storming into a bar that would be inhabited by the scum of the city, might cause bigger problems. But Gwen explains that she was out of ideas, and once she learned that this Black Tarantula guy had some weird beef with her, well, she probably wasn't thinking clearly. But and so Gwen and Jess decide that yes, they're friends. In fact, Jess says that Gwen can count on her, and for anything she needs. And so Gwen had asked her advice on the Fabian situation, which she knows of it though. And Jess says that she meant help with punching, not dating. That's not. She's not the person to talk to about that. But Gwen returns to her apartment, only to discover that what seems like a bouquet of roses, with a note from Black Tarantula saying, "Dearest Spider, I hear you've been looking for me. I promise I am not hiding from you. Let's meet." That is where the issue ends. Interesting. I was not expecting the Fabian to be Black Tarantula's son, but it does make for an interesting. It does make for an interesting dynamic. Moving on though to our next book, we've got Venom War, Spider-Man #3. So where we left off, Spider-Man had joined the Venom fight in not Madison Square Garden. So the issue opens. The zombiotes are amassing outside the arena, and Dylan Brock is crying over Eddie, while Bedlam's trying to attack. While Bedlam's attacking Peter, but another voice chimes in Spider-Man's head. The Arachneote, giving Peter a taste of what could be. Spider-Man, King in Black. And he had basically taken over the universe, webbing the entire universe, basically. Until being attacked by the Guardians of the Galaxy. Star-Lord, who might actually be Cable, an old Rocket, Groot, Gamora, Captain Marvel, well, a Captain Marvel robot, Silver Surfer, Hulkling, Sorcerer Supreme, Iron Man, and Arachneote. And apparently, Peter, in this potential reality, Peter blames the Arachneote for for taking away his daughter, but the fight ends up turning in Peter's favor. Until it's him versus the Arachneote. And Arachneote is actually his daughter. But he manages to he comes back to reality and makes a decision, an informed decision with the Venom symbiote consulting, and so he transfers the symbiote to Eddie and Dylan. And once again, Bedlam attacks Spider-Man, but the Arachneote is outside, and Paul has informed Peter that MJ's vitals are spiking. Then they're gone, and they're back. Goddesses are serving error codes he's never seen, and so the Arachneote is still a problem that Spider-Man and Jackpot will have to deal with. And that is where the issue ends. So, there's probably some questions you might have had. Why was Dylan sobbing over Eddie? Well, Our next book will answer these questions. Venom War, number 3. So, the issue opens with Carnage and Meridius discussing everything. Carnage is enjoying the show, and to be clear, this is not Cletus, but just a symbiote with his preferred weapon, All Blood the Necrospear. We also get a cameo from a brief cameo from Willie Lumpkin, the Fantastic Four's mailman, who gets bitten by a zombiote. But while Meridius discusses the zombiote strain, but Willie is saved by Agent Antivenom. Turns out that the vision that was shown to Dylan a few issues of Venom ago, of a Venom world, has inspired Meridius. That's what he's trying to do. That's his end goal with everything, is to basically create a Venom world, a new garden, to replace the garden that was destroyed by Carnage. In the arena, Dylan Brock has merged with Sleeper and Flexo, while Eddie has merged with Bedlam. And for some reason, Red Goblin, or Red Goblin symbiote Rascal, is constantly saying Kang. But as Bedlam and Prince in Black are about to square off, Eddie abandons Bedlam. He's not going to attack his son. But then turns out that Flexo has had some hidden programming, basically, from Doom. Takes control of Sleeper and Dylan, and shoots Eddie. And Eddie's not healing. And Flexo removes Sleeper from himself. Also shoots Toxin. Turns out that Rascal was created by Kang, planted in the 21st century for Dylan Brock to find. And basically Doom and Kang are in the midst of a proxy war. Red Goblin manages to get Dylan out of Flexo and basically spirits Flexo away. While Bedlam is dealing with Spider-Man. But the announcers are asked by Spider-Man to basically play some really loud music. And so they crank up Pomp and Circumstance. While that hurts the Venom symbiote, the Venom symbiotes won't learn to deal with it. Bedlam has not. And so the symbiote convinces Peter to give it up, and for Dylan and Eddie. And so the Venom symbiote is split between Dylan and Eddie Brock. And that is where the issue ends. Eddie having his classic Venom look, and while Dylan appears to have his Codex look from the Venom Beyond arc. But that's things are. One has to wonder what's going to happen in the next 2 issues, since it's a 5-issue miniseries. But anyways, Venom War's getting really interesting. It's a good crossover. I'm digging it. I still think that they should have really just done, I don't know, a bi-weekly zombiote anthology book with the various tie-ins. But I get that that's not going to make as much money for Marvel. So. Oh well. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Honestly, just do all the YouTube things. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, PayPal can be found in the description box down below. Big shout out to Patreon patron Red Man as a Penis. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.